The Permtx Professional Repair Systems Headlight Lens Restoration Kit was designed for use on most plastic lighting lenses to restore clarity by improving light output and appearance. This kit contains a step-by-step instruction sheet, a pair of gloves, a polishing cloth, plastic restoration polish, and 4 grades of wet-dry sandpaper. Note that depending on the size of the headlight and the amount of oxidation, it can take up to 30 to 40 minutes to restore one headlight. First, you will need to examine the amount of damage to your headlight lens. This will help you determine which sandpaper to use first. Remember, the higher the number, as shown on the back of the sandpaper, the finer the grit. If the lens is dull with no apparent scratches, start with a finer grit sandpaper or one of the higher numbers. If there are deeper scratches and more apparent damage, use a rougher grit sandpaper or one of the lower numbers. Start by removing all the contents from within the kit and pour clean water into the bottom of the empty kit package. After you've determined which grit sandpaper you'll start with, place it along with all the finer grit sandpaper in the water and allow them to soak for about 10 minutes. To begin the sanding process, remove the lowest number or roughest grit sandpaper from the water soak. Fold the paper in half and begin sanding using only straight strokes. Do not sand in a circular motion. For each grit of sandpaper used, it's important that you sand in the same direction, either up and down or left and right. Sand the entire surface of the headlight lens, wetting it occasionally to keep it well lubricated and free of any abraded particles. Take your time when sanding to ensure you've adequately sanded off the surface oxidation with the roughest grit sandpaper. Doing so will make the rest of the cleaning process follow smoothly. This can take approximately 8 to 10 minutes. When the surface of the headlight lens appears uniform, switch to the next higher number or finer grit sandpaper. It is recommended you change the water each time you change sandpaper grit because particles of sanded plastic from larger gritted paper may scratch the surface of the lens. With the next higher number or finer grit sandpaper, sand in the opposite direction. For instance, if you began sanding with a lower number or rougher grit sandpaper in the horizontal or right to left motion, use a vertical or up and down motion with the next higher number or finer grit sandpaper. Continue with each sandpaper grit until the sanding lines from the previous step have been removed. The sanding process for each subsequent sandpaper can take approximately 3 to 5 minutes. Once you reach the 2500 grit paper, the surface of the lens should appear uniform, although it will not be clear. Clean the surface of the lens with clean water and dry. Shake the bottle of plastic restoration polish thoroughly before use. Now, using the flannel cloth, wet one corner of the cloth with the plastic polish provided. Apply the polish to the headlight lens using firm pressure and polish in a circular direction. Continue polishing until the lens becomes very smooth and clear. The headlight lens will start to appear clear as you continue to polish in a circular motion. Allow the polish to dry. Then, using the dry end of the flannel cloth, remove any residue from the headlight lens. If the lens is not clear or there are small foggy areas, wash the lens with clean water, dry, and reapply more polish. Several applications of the plastic restoration polish may be required to completely remove any sanding marks and obtain the desired gloss and clarity. If you have questions about this or any other Permtx product, please visit our website at www.permtx.com or call 1-87-PERMTX.